What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and ever since this Quinton Simon situation started, I've been really wanting to hear from one person in particular. Don't get me wrong, I really want to hear from Leilani, Quinton's mom, but I think it's safe to say that that isn't going to happen. So the one person I've been really wanting to hear from is Leilani's brother, Quinton Simon's uncle, and we haven't heard much from him at all. But I think that his perspective on this whole situation would be very interesting. And I've been wondering where he really falls in all of this. Well, today we get a tidbit of information from him. We get a little bit of insight on how he feels about the situation because he spoke out. And I guess he seems to be upset by the way the media has perceived that little party night that his mother and his sister had the other night. But, before we get into that post, make sure you are subscribed. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you could be notified of all of the real updates in this case. And hit that like button, drop a comment down below. Now, let's just go ahead and hop right into what Quinton's uncle has to say. The media has twisted this to calling what they did a party scene or even a vacation spot. Let me start off by saying I don't side with my sister at all. She's on her own in this mess. Now my mother needs some peace and quiet around her house. The amount of protesters that surrounds her house day in and day out is uncalled for. We want answers. My mom wants answers. Sadly, the FBI won't let my family help search for my nephew. So right now, all we can do is sit and wait and pray they recover him so we can serve justice to him. He deserves it, and my mother is on board for that as well. Sorry she had dinner on Tybee with two of her friends that drug her out of the house to get her some peace, as if the stress alone isn't killing her already. I know my mother better than anyone on the planet, and I mean anyone. She's a loving and caring woman with a beautiful heart, and when it's time, I'll let the world know that. So before I even give my thoughts on what I feel about this, I want you all to let me know how you feel about this down in the comments below. Because, of course I have some thoughts about it. I would have liked to hear more from this guy before now, but it's like, okay, we're hearing from you now that you're frustrated that the media and everyone in general that's invested in this case are all on your mom's ass right now because she was out partying the other night. But, regardless of how stressed she is, and I understand. I don't understand fully, but obviously this has to be a stressful situation. And I understand that your life doesn't necessarily get put on pause when tragic things happen. But at the same time, like I've been saying, you have to read the room. And for you to be out taking shots, giving out your number to waiters and flirting and hollering and hooting and all that nonsense on the exact same day that Quinton is being searched for in a trash dump, it's extremely out of touch. So you have to understand that people are going to view that a certain type of way. And I can't say I've been super nice in my coverage of this case, but I have done my best not to just tear into these people. I haven't exposed all of the drama and stuff I've heard about these people, but I can't cover up how disgusted I am by the fact that they're out partying during all of this nonsense. I myself feel weird throughout my day just from covering this case, that it affects me emotionally. And to see them, the people who are Quinton's family, out here partying, it makes me feel like I can't comprehend. Like Gabby Petito's mother said, I can't comprehend that thought process. I can't comprehend being out partying in the middle of all this. I myself, just from covering this case, I don't want to go out and party right now. So I don't understand why it's not taking an emotional toll on them, but obviously it's not. And we can't expect everyone to react the same way, but people are going to criticize you if you go out and do that. So I find it interesting that throughout all of this, we haven't heard much from him until now when he's defending his mother for going out and partying. Now, I understand. He's being a good son right now. So I don't view him any type of way for making this statement. He's doing what a son should do. I do find it interesting that he says that when it's time, he's going to let the world know that she's caring and loving. What does that mean? What are you going to do to show the world that? And when is the time going to be? That just is, I don't know. It's just kind of like weird. But all in all, I think the most interesting thing to take away from this is how he writes off his sister. Like, I'm not on my sister's side at all, and she's on her own in this mess. Him writing his sister off while defending his mother, it shows me a lot, because he spoke out in defense of his mother because he's being defensive. But not in a bad way. He's doing what a man should do. Like, if you're calling out my mom and the media is tearing my mom apart, I would speak up as well, right? But the fact that he doesn't have that same energy that he does for his mother, as opposed to his sister, that should tell you a lot. So obviously there's a disconnect between him and his sister. And obviously he doesn't come right out and say it, but I view this as him basically accepting that his sister is probably at fault for all of this. Because just as easily as he came out to defend his mother, he could have defended his sister. But he started out this statement by going ahead and saying, I don't got anything to do with that. I'm not on my sister's side. She's on her own. But wait, my mother, she's a good person. Please don't judge her for this. Blah, 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 blah. You get what I'm saying? So that immediate write-off of his sister, I think that says a lot. But also added to the fact that he goes on to defend his mother, I think it's just really telling, because he's obviously a defensive person who's going to come to the defense of family or someone he cares about. But he's not confident enough to come to the defense of his sister. So that should tell you that he probably believes in his mind as well that his sister probably did this. Or he at least probably knows that his sister is capable of doing something stupid like this. So that's the way I view it. That's the way I look at it. Maybe some could say I'm reading too far into it. But I want you to tell me how you all feel about this. What did you get from this statement? It's not much, but it's just a little bit of insight into how he feels about this situation. And like I said, that opening line or that statement writing off his sister, to me, that says a lot. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.